What's up, fuckers? This is a special video and tonight is a special night. Tonight is November 11th, 2011. In other words, 11-11-11. And we are drinking two different 211s tonight. Yeah. This video has been a long time coming. I've been sitting on this guy right here for, oh man, I've actually had this beer in my possession for between 3 and 4 months right about now. Yeah. And here's what it comes down to, guys. This is Steel Reserve. Many of you, I'm pretty sure everybody out there watching this video is familiar with Steel Reserve. It has become, over the last maybe 10 years, maybe less, it has become one of the best-selling and most popular high-gravity malt liquors available nationwide. This is bum beer, this is get you drunk beer, this is cheap swill. There's no way around it. Now, I reviewed about 2 years ago on my channel on YouTube, I reviewed this right here. The Steel Reserve 8.1% alcohol by volume. This 8.1% Steel Reserve is what we get here in South Florida. You know, I lived for many years in Miami, and now I live 20 miles north in Hollywood, which is Broward County, right next to Fort Lauderdale. This is still the same cesspool of South Florida. And what we get down here in South Florida, and I'm pretty sure in the rest of it, just all of Florida, is the 8.1% version of Steel Reserve. I didn't know there was anything else. Until, you know, I started fucking around doing this beer thing and looking online, and I was drinking malt liquor and I was talking to people and I was watching videos, and it turns out that there is a 6% version of Steel Reserve that is sold in certain states. I believe North Carolina is one of them, and I know Iowa is one of them, and this right here is the 6.0% alcohol by volume version of Steel Reserve. Most of you guys out there who drink Steel Reserve are familiar with the 8.1 version. It is the most popular, most common version, but the 6% version exists. It's out there. And I picked this up while I was in Iowa because I was over the road, I was driving, I was traveling, you know, several months ago, and I was in Iowa for longer than I would like. And I saw this and I picked it up, and coincidentally I had a 40 of the 6% Steel Reserve while I was out and about. That video is available if you go through my channel. And actually I found it to be better and easier to drink than the standard 8% version. So before I headed back home, I said, fuck it, I gotta pick up a tall can, at the very least pick up a tall can of the 6% and then do a head-to-head with the 8% that is a standard around my neck of the woods and most of yours. Now, before I go to this head-to-head, and there are 24-ounce cans of Steel Reserve, I have two identical big-ass mugs. They're both 24 ounces, more or less. So that's how we're gonna do it, but before we do it, I'm gonna just let you know, it's 11-11-11. We're drinking two 211s. But it's a Friday night, and you know, Hoggie's been doing his thing. See, here's the thing. This is cheap swill beer. This is beer people drink to get drunk. Well, I'm halfway there as it is, because when I got home from work today at about 5 o'clock, I drank me a quart of Old English, East Coast Old E, 5.9% alcohol by volume. And then, of course, since I love craft beer and I prefer craft beer, I went and I bought me some Dale's Pale Ale, about a 6-pack, so I had 3 of the Dale's Pales. So we got 4 dead soldiers here. The Hurricane Wings glass, just because it's my buddy Howie's birthday, so what's up, Howie? And then, for shits and giggles, this is the empty 40 I brought back for the collection from Iowa. This is the 6% version. And this guy, 8.1% alcohol by volume, high gravity Steel Reserve. This 40 ounce came to me, or was sent to me by my man Mid-City 29 Lunatic. Came from California. He hooked it up with a 40 of the legitimate Steel Reserve. So that's on deck for another video. Now, that's the whole fucking backstory. Okay, I've been drinking. You know, I stopped, I did the dishes, I had some crackers, I drank some water. I think I've cleansed my palate. And if I haven't, who gives a fuck? It's Steel Reserve. The Steel Reserve review that I did almost 2 years ago is one of my most watched videos. People drink this beer all over. Again, it's bum juice. It's get you drunk quick shit. So, 6%, 8.1%, head to head, and I'm drinking all of this shit tonight because I don't fuck around. So, this video may be rough, it may not be polished, it may be long, I don't give a fuck. Since I've been sitting on this particular can for at the very least 4 or 5 months. For at the very least 4, probably about 5. It goes first. And we have cracked the 6% Still Reserve. And into the big ass mug it goes. Yes sir. Even though we're drinking them, and even though this is straight up fucking swill, this is a head to head. These beers are gonna get their fair shake. Or as fair as I can make their fucking shake, considering that I got a little bit of alcohol in me as it is. Ooh, that's filthy. Alright. So anyways, 8%, 8.1% I should say, is Still Reserve that everybody in the state of Florida and most motherfuckers across the country know. This bitch also goes into the big ass mug. Shouts out to my man Jack Urbation. He loves it when I talk about Iowa because unfortunately he was born there and I'm sure he still has nightmares. And I think in North Carolina where he's at, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, Jack forgive me, it's one of the fucking Carolinas, but they have the 6%er in his neck of the woods. He's familiar with this evil bitch. And shouts out to my man 40 Ounce Fear, because 40 Ounce Fear believes that the 6% Still Reserve is one of the best malt liquors out there. And since I had that 40, you know, and there's a video of me drinking that 40, it might have been the Amy Winehouse or the Project Pat, I don't know, it was a video I did while I was in Iowa, look for it. But I had it, and I do agree that it's a lot more bearable than the 8.1%. So, rough pours, but here's what we have. Take a look at the shit. Remember, my left, your right is the 6%. I'm keeping it that way on purpose so I don't get confused. Numbers go low, high, from my point of view. So 6, 8. I want to keep it that way. And let's see, let's just do this over here. Top this bitch off a little bit here. Alright, let's start with the 6. Let's take a good whiff of this bitch. I could say it smells like malt liquor, but it kind of smells like just like a cheap beer. It smells like Busch. It smells like Natty Ice. It does smell like an ice beer more than anything. It smells like an ice beer more than it does your typical malt liquor. And even though in Florida they don't have 40s and they don't have a large, 40-ounce selection, I'm very familiar with your standard Colts, Mickey's, Schlitz Blue Bulls, and Oldies. So I know what malt liquor smells like. And this smells more like an ice beer. It really does. Now, this guy over here. And it's unfair because this bitch still has some head on it, so in the meantime, let's just top this fuck off. There you go, baby. 24 ounces of Still Reserve 6% in the big ass mug. And now this guy. Ooh, this guy smells sweeter. Yeah, it doesn't smell so much like an ice beer. It smells like that overly sweet alcohol sweetness you get with high gravity beers. Smells more like beer. Smells more like death. Okay. Alright, so let's finish topping this bitch off. There we go, people. To all the fucking beer reviewers on YouTube, I want to see you do this. And because time will be against me, I may not drink them all on camera, but trust me, I'll drink them tonight, soon. Alright, so anyway, the 8% as expected smells more like alcohol, smells more of that alcohol sweetness, because remember, alcohol comes from the sugars, and the higher the alcohol content, the sweeter that smell gets. This smells more like a standard shitty beer. So let's taste it. If a crappy ice beer and a malt liquor had a baby, that would be it. It doesn't have that super strong corn veggie taste of a lot of malt liquors, like Old 45 and the East Coast Old E, but it's there. It has more of like a smoothness and kind of like a cold, kind of like a frostbitten taste, freezer burn taste, kind of like an ice beer, but okay. 8.1 bitches, Florida style. It's a lot less crisp. It's less crisp in the beginning, and even though texture, and I know it's kind of crazy, but yeah, texture-wise, it's a little smoother across the middle. You know, it doesn't have that fizz kind of popping away at you as you're swallowing, so it makes the middle of it smoother, but then the end kind of brings that sweetness back around. You know, it's funny. The head on the 6%, the fizz, the foam, whatever you want to call it, disappeared quicker than it did on the 8%. But you taste, you feel, you experience more fizz and more carbonation in this one. This is like thick head. It's like foamy, you know, it's big bubbles, but I mean, it's foamy and thick and dense, but you don't feel the fizz, you don't feel the carbonation, there's no bite, there's no grab, there's no, pretend the head wasn't there and it was just like smooth, thick, you know, sugary alcohol beer water. Yeah. This has more bite, it's more refreshing, this is smoother, sweeter, and has more alcohol. That's what it comes down to. It really does. I understand completely why 40 ounce Fear says the 6% is overall a better malt liquor, a better 40 to drink, because the carbonation, I mean the fact that it's 6% puts it in the league of most other you know, known malt liquors. You know, your Schlitz Bull, your Schlitz Red, your Oldie, both versions, your Mickey's, your Colt 45, your King Cobra, you know, your Silver Thunder, your Magnum, you know, yeah, your normal Hurricane. So it's in that same ballpark, and it has the fizz and the similar flavor, and it's actually not as nasty as far as that corn, veggie, nasty, cheapo taste than some of those others. While as the 8% motherfucker, they made it 8%. They upped the alcohol content to make the bitch 8.1%. That gives you more sugars, more alcohol, more sweetness, less fizz. Easier to drink because it's more refreshing. Easier to get you drunk because it has more alcohol, but you kind of have to stomach that sweetness and that. It's like syrupy sugar water because it has no fizz and no bite. It's like, you know, cough. It doesn't taste like cough medicine, but think of that. Fake alcohol-y sugar water that you just kind of have to swallow. Damatap or whatever the fuck. So yeah, alright, enough talk. Salud. I don't know how long I'm running. I really don't. You know what? I'm going to do something that I never do. I never stop the fucking video until I'm done. That's one of my things since I started doing these videos on YouTube. I do not edit. I start recording and I run it through until I'm done. I don't chop up the middle. But every blue moon I make an exception. Because I don't want to do a 25-minute video. you know, I got some food in me and I got all these other beers in me. I'm not gonna be able to chug these bitches in 3 minutes, and I know I'm running long. So I chugged this one a bit. Now I'm gonna hit this one up, and when I'm done, I'm stopping the video, and I will come back when there's swill left in both glasses and give you a final unsober opinion. That's right. What's up, fuckers? We're back. And yeah, that's right. I'm smiling, and you know what's up. You know what's up. I drank this shit because unlike some of these other pussy mouth motherfuckers on YouTube, and I will never name names. Hell, I don't even know half of these motherfuckers, but I know they're pussy mouth motherfuckers. But I drink this shit, okay? And what we have left, this is how gangsta, how you can get. What we have left is swill. Yes, I drank this shit. It's been about 35, 40 minutes since I turned off the camera. I drank this shit. I keep it real, I had to eat a couple crackers, you know? To kind of help it down, because the 6% is actually easy to drink because it's the crispness from the carbonation. It's refreshing. It's easier to put down. This 8.1 bitch, man, fuck. So look, I'm gonna leave it like this because I ran long. I thought I was like at 10 minutes and I was like at 16. This is like a 20-minute fucking video. So if you put up with the shit this long, thank you. And you know what I'm saying? Here's the deal. 6.0 alcohol by volume, still reserve. This is good malt liquor. It's crisp, it's refreshing. The flavors are not in your face. You know, it's not unpleasant. So this is, that's right, because I do swill. You see that? That's the swill from the 6.0. Little more swill than I thought I had, but still, fuck it. This can travel with me, so if I had to suffer a little to put it down, it's all good, because, bitch, I live in South Florida. This can came from Iowa. Do the math. Anyways, I like the 6% still reserve. Anyways, 8.1 still reserve. Sucks balls. Yeah, I mean, as it's a high gravity. See, the 6% is a regular malt liquor. The 8.1% is a high gravity. Treat it as such. You know, if they sell these in your area, like they do in mine, you know, for like $1 a tall can, $1 for 16 ounces. Buy it, drink it, get drunk, you know, $2, so we'll get you 2 cans for 32, you know what I mean, get drunk and do your thing. But as far as flavor, you know what, still reserve versus hurricane high gravity, I'd rather have a hurricane, that's just me. And this bitch, the 8.1 versus this flavor wise, I'd rather have the 6. This is sweet, nasty, hard to deal with. You know, again, this is what's left. This is the 8.1% swill. God bless. God help me. Alright. So, to all you fucking low budget teenage college boy broke ass homeless shady motherfuckers out there that drink 211, I'm here to let you know it sucks. Really, no, get a few more dollars together and buy better beer. Unless you live in those places where they sell the 6% still reserve, because this is actually halfway decent as far as malt liquors go. So If you can get the 6%, fuck it, man. Drink 40s. Don't even buy cans. Don't waste your time with cans. Just if they sell 6% in your area, buy the 40s. And I mean, I'm not even bullshitting you. You see this empty 40 ounce? I drank this bitch. I bought it in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 6% Still Reserve 40 ounce. This was good shit. I enjoyed it. So 6% is solid. Okay? 8.1%. If you can buy a 16 ounce can, frosty fucking cold for $1, buy it and drink it and move on. Anything else, you're just torturing your taste buds, because this particular high gravity tastes like ass water. And if anybody watches my videos on a regular basis, when you see me drink cheap ass tall cans, it's Hurricane High Gravity, because it tastes better than this. 8.1 Still Reserve kind of sucks, but you know, Hoggie's gangsta, and even though this sucks and I don't like the 8.1%, here goes a 40 ounce of 8.1% that I will be drinking soon. So, you know, do what you do. It's a 20-minute video. Thank you for watching. You know, if you drink Still Reserve, you know, whatever, you know, I got nothing else to say, guys. 6% is better than 8.1%. In general, overall, in the greater scheme of things, Still Reserve sucks. Don't buy this shit. Spend a little more money and drink better beer. Drink a Dale's. Drink Dale's, you know, Dale's Pale Ale, Sam Adams Boston Lager, Brooklyn Lager, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, hell, Kona the Fire Rock Pale Ale, Pilsner Urquell. I have a long list of beers that you should drink before you drink this shit. But then again, if you're poor, if you're broke, if you're scummy, do what you do. This is Hoggie. This is Hoggie from, you know, 211 Central, motherfucker. Standing off. Do what you do. Have fun. I hope I can help. And if not, fuck it. Drink your beer.